Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, unless of course you're new here, in which case, hi, hello, my name is Ashley, and welcome to my random little corner of the internet. As you can tell from today's title, we're going to discuss Anime Fest weekend, which was not good. I don't know what happened. I think it was an advertising issue. I talked to other vendors who also were not doing well. It was slow. It was so slow. Probably between the 2 days, there was only maybe 200 people that came to the door. Like, it was not a lot of people. I talked to one vendor who says she talked to someone else who said that the organizers, that's the word. The organizers said they spent like $3,000 on advertisement, where we never saw any of it. Like, occasionally, we saw every time the guest was announced, and that was it. And that was on Instagram. So I guess they probably paid Instagram ads to push those, but other than that, like, there wasn't any sort of anything. And the sad part is like, they did another con in May that was called Retropalooza that apparently was really awesome. Like, one of the other vendors went to Retropalooza and did phenomenal. So I don't know what the disconnect was. I thought I was speaking to one vendor, and she was like, I forgot that this con was happening. She's like, until I got the email that was the load-in email, I forgot it was happening. And then I was talking to another vendor about said email, and she was like, honestly, it looked like it was spam. Like, the way that it was typed all together, there was no heading, there was no nothing. Like, it was just like, hey, these are the load-in times. These are the times doors are opening. Here you go. And it didn't go well. I am going to go ahead and I'm going to stop talking for a moment. I'm going to play the clips that I did take while I was there, which is not a lot at all. But I'll show you, like, where our table was. I will rant a little bit about Temu people, and then we'll come back. Alrighty, so we are headed, I guess this is day 0 of Anime Fan Weekend. That's what it's called now. Apparently it used to be called it was like Fanime Expo or something like that. Now it's Anime Fan Weekend in Pasadena. That is Texas, not California, unfortunately. I feel like if we were in Pasadena, California, we might make a little bit more money, but it's okay. So, we're gonna go. Today's just setup day. So we're allowed to set up from 4 to 9. We have no idea where we're at. They didn't give us like a table number beforehand. So I guess we figure that out when we get there, and hopefully it's not a shit show. So as previously thought, yeah, no, kind of already a shit show. There's no signs. There's no nothing. I don't have my seatbelt on. So Charlie just went in to figure out what was happening, and they were like, oh yeah, there's a loading bay around back. Still no signs, no nothing. Did they tell you where we are? Okay, so...
Because they said we have to check in back here.
Okay, so the check-in is back here, so we will see...
It's like Mom already signed.
How that's happening.
That's not Mom.
That's not Mom.
That's not her.
Okay. So we will see how it's going once we get in here. There are a few more people back here loading up their carts. Is that Noodle Rooster? I think that's Noodle Rooster. It might be. No, it's not. She doesn't. Noodle Rooster doesn't have plushies. Okay. Alrighty, so we are headed to day 1 of Anime Fest. Anime Fan Weekend. And we got, I have a thing. So here's our badge. Don't know if you can, it's not gonna focus. Stop focusing on me. It's got Obito on it. From Naruto. Tobito. I didn't think that was one we were going to get. They put a picture on their Instagram, but maybe that was artists, and then we're vendors, or so, I don't know. Each badge, each type of badge has a different character on it, so that's cool. I didn't film anything for day 0, because much like most of the days, I had a breakdown, because there's just so much going on. There's too many people, and it's sensory overload. We'll go with that. That's what that is. But we got everything set up. We're relatively close to the entrance. There's 2 entrances on either side of the check-in table, so if you come in the right side, we're right there. There's one table that faces the door, and then when you come down that aisle, we're the first one. If that makes sense. I'll show it when we get there. But we didn't really cosplay because we didn't feel like it. I have my Sid Sprite earrings on, wearing a black shirt with some green and pink. So I am a Soot Sprite today. We'll go with that. He's got an Naruto ramen shirt on. And then we have a baby Hulk in the back. And that's it. But I think we're gonna have a good day. We're gonna have a good day.
Hopefully.
It looks like shit outside. There's no hurricane coming. Just looks.
We live in South Texas.
Yeah, we live in South Texas. It's just gonna rain all the time. Hopefully that doesn't discourage people. Hopefully we have a good day. And yeah, I guess we'll see how it's going. So I left something in the truck, so I'm gonna go walk back out there. I'm gonna talk about it now. I am angry. I'm not just mildly upset. The booth next to us also has crocheted items. But not crochet items that she made. You can clearly tell that she bought these things off of Temu. And I need people to stop that. Like, sure, you're buying these items $2 to $3 out. That means the people that are making them are not getting paid properly. Crochet cannot be done by a machine. It has to be done by hand. And she's going to be out here profiting off of them. On top of the fact that it's right next to my booth. Not happy about it. Okay, so we're headed to day 2. Didn't film anything yesterday because there's no point. I think I sold 3 things. I sold 2 froggies and a rainbow beet. And then I had a lady who I met at the last show came up to cut. We talked about a custom order at the last show, and so she came up to pay for it and verify colors and things like that. So I did get that. So I guess you could say 4 sales. And then on Charlie's side, I think it was 5 sales? I don't know, I'm the one keeping track. I'm pretty sure it was 5. Neither of us broke 100 at all. And then going around and talking to all the other vendors, it was pretty much the same for everybody. And then looking at everybody's Instagram stories, everybody's just doodling and just, this is why you bring projects with you when you go to shows. Always have something to do. I was working on my grandmother's cardigan, and like I said, a lot of the other artists were doodling, wandering around, talking to other vendors. I think maybe from 9:30 when the door opened to 4:30 when we left, maybe 100 people came through the door. Maybe, and that could be generous. It wasn't great. So, no real high hopes for today, but maybe we'll at least sell enough that we break 100 for the weekend. And I don't even think that's table. I don't remember how much was table. I think it was 150. So yeah, it's not going great. Alex.
Okay.
Hey. Okay, so yeah, like I said, the booth directly next to us. So we were on the aisles like this, and then they had theirs facing the door. There was the booth that was facing the door, and when we came in, they had a bunch of everything. They had bags, they had swords, they had random trinkets for your desks. There was paper lanterns there, and then the icing on the top was their crocheted flowers and little keychains. And to be for real, resellers, vendors, if you were selling pops, if you were selling action figures, if you were selling dolls like that, obviously you did not hand make them. That's fine. We were surrounded by vendors because we were in the vendor alley. Actually, I can't even say we were in vendor alley because this particular con, everybody was mixed up together. We have a vendor spot usually because on Charlie's side, we don't hand cut those crystals. We don't do that. We get them wholesale and then sell them. So we are considered a vendor, and that's fine. So we were a vendor, but then the girl right next to us was an artist. And I think the girl next to her was an artist, but then the two across from us were vendors. So it was all just kind of there, which is fine. But it was like, people don't understand that crochet cannot be done by machine. And so that is why it is so expensive. And when you go to a booth and they're like, oh, well, this flower cost me $5, and you're saying that over here it's $15 or whatever, it's because that $5 they bought for $1.25 on Temu, because Temu's not paying their people. It is not done by a machine. A person somewhere made that, and that means that they didn't get paid for their time. That doesn't even cover materials for a flower, or anything. And so, and it would be one thing if they were like, oh yeah, no, we didn't make it. They were trying to pass off everything in their booth as handmade. Somebody picked up a cosplay sword that we know for a fact they bought at Amazon, because we bought the same one off of Amazon for Charlie's cosplay. Somebody picked it up and we're looking and they were like, wow, you guys really paid attention to detail. And they were like, oh yeah, thanks. If you're going to be a reseller, own up to it. Be like, yeah, no, we bought all this stuff and we're reselling it. It is what it is. It happens. That's what you're here. Do not sit there and try to play yourself off as a handmade booth. Nothing that you made, nothing that you're selling that you made with your hands. You bought it and you're reselling it. And that's fine. Just be a vendor. Don't try to say that you're an artist, because then you are taking that away from the artists. You are taking that away, especially with the crochet stuff. You are able to mark it down so low because you paid pennies for it. And then the people who are crocheting, there was me and there was one other girl that I also saw at Baycon. We were both just like, okay. The other, I think I talked about two in the last clip. So there was one next to us, and then there was another one that was in the back thing directly behind the other girl. We had to put what we were selling on our applications. And so, for ours, it specifically said crystals and crochet. And I'm sure hers said crochet because that's all she had. And then to put them directly next to another, it's worrisome, it's frustrating. Just like the fact that I've heard so many artists who they draw, they sell stickers, they sell keychains, they sell of their art. And now more AI art is coming out, and those people are being allowed into artist alleys, and it's we want to be able to do things with our creativity, with our art, and then we've got people in here that are just coming in to screw us over essentially, and it's frustrating. It was not a good show. I did sell a few things, a handful of things. I included this in my total because I did make the money that day, but I had somebody come in, she came and talked to me at Baycon about doing a custom Cerberus doll based on the pattern that Complicated Knots does on her channel, and she came and paid for it. At Anime Fest, so she came and brought me the money, so I included that on my what I made, and then I sold 2 squishy frogs, 1 rainbow bee, a loaf cat, a regular bee, and an emotional support pickle. That's it. So total, minus the Cerberus custom order, I made, let's see, that's 12, 24, 36, 46, $56. I made $56. On Charlie's side, he made $206. The booth fee was $250. For 2 days. I was not even aware that it was $250. As I've stated in my other vlog, I think the only one right now so far that I've done is Baycon, and I talked about the fact that I am privileged enough that I share a booth with my mother-in-law stuff, and so she doesn't make me pay for the booth fee, which I am super grateful for. But with that being said, she doesn't know which is okay. She doesn't always tell me how much she pays for these booths, which is also bad because I am her bookkeeper. My full-time job outside of my artwork and things and my small business is I'm a bookkeeper and a tax preparer. So I am literally her bookkeeper so that at the end of the year we can run her taxes correctly. And she doesn't tell me. So I find out when I'm doing her bookkeeping. But yeah, so I was unaware that this booth would cost us $250 and we didn't even, what was that? So 206 plus 56, it's $12. Booths plus $12. It was not good. I am hoping that that's not, it was 2 weeks after the hurricane. There were plenty of people who still didn't have power. There was plenty of artists that were there that were like, no, I made sure I came because at least this place has air conditioning. So, you know, that could have been part of the issue. I don't really know what it was. All in all, it's a bad show. Not the worst show I've ever had. We had a show over this, at the beginning of June that was absolutely atrocious, that I didn't vlog, that we sold absolutely nothing, and I almost had a heat stroke. It was great. But, so, at least this one was inside. But yeah, it was not good. So I'm going to end that here. There's nothing else for me to talk about except to continue to say that it was not good. So, I don't even know what to ask you guys. Like, do you guys like going to anime conventions? Do you cosplay? I want to meet more cosplayers. I want to cosplay more. The only cosplay I have right now is one I've purchased as Mitsuri Kanrochi from Demon Slayer, and I wore that in the BayCon vlog, as well as like one I kind of threw together where I had like a blue dress and a red bow, and I was Kiki from Kiki's Delivery Service, and plenty of people recognized it, so I was very happy about that. But that's really all I have. And then I'm trying to kind of put together like a gender bent Shikamaru from Boruto, like specifically his Boruto outfit, not like I realize Shikamaru is also from Naruto, but like he's my favorite character, and his Boruto outfit is super simple, that I could throw that together and then still use the other pieces just to wear it every day. So I don't know. That was a random side tangent. But yes, do you like going to cons? Do you cosplay? What do you like to cosplay? What do you like to see when you go to Artist Alley or Vendor Alley? Like, what do you want to see from artists? That's another good one. What catches your eye? But yeah, so that's gonna be it. Also, if you stayed to the end of this and you don't want to answer my silly questions, put a paintbrush in the comments below for artists. But yeah, if you like this video, hit the thumbs up button, as well as the big red subscribe button, and the notification bell so that you are always notified every time that I upload. And until next time, bye!